don't know if you guys remember this building, but this was a project that I did a few years ago where I put in a slab, and I think the name of it was like pouring a slab in cold weather for a pole barn or something like that. So I didn't build this, but I poured the slab for it, and I did all the excavation. So back when I excavated this, I had to cut this hill quite a bit. This is like a 4-foot drop right here on 8 feet. It doesn't really show up on camera, but what I need to do is blend that in so it's all just one line, and then it also needs pitch away from the building for drainage. So it's a little bit tricky because I got water coming down, and then I got to make it go this way too. So the other part of this project is back behind here. There's this whole area here that the customer wants to grow some grass. So he wants to grow grass all there, but he wants it level enough so you can run a lawnmower over it. And then over here, we got all these stumps and just overgrown stuff that we tossed over the bank before. There's a big hump right here. And there is some drainage right here. So we need to keep with that so that the water can run out of here. Because again, it's hard to tell on camera, but there's a pretty deep swale right here. So the customer just wants me to take all this stuff here and move it over to that area over there, which is like the edge of his property line. And there's a stone wall right there. So I think what he's going to do is, after it's all bunched up there, this is going to become a lawn, and then you can still access that from this way and that way. And then that way he can get rid of all that and burn it eventually. But for right now, it's important that we get this lawn going. Otherwise, he's not going to see much of a lawn before next year. So I got to keep that swale there, take all this stuff out of there, flatten this all out, and then put topsoil and grow some grass here. I got both these buckets here. I'm going to start out with a regular bucket right here. I'm going to try to grade this so it's one nice plane first. And it's very possible that I might run into rock. I remember I definitely had a problem with that before. So hopefully we can get down far enough. Because I know right here, that's rock. Pretty sure that's all solid bedrock. I'm glad I was able to do that because I didn't know how the rock was going to be underneath there. I actually remember the reason why I didn't do this before. It was because there was a giant tree here, and I told the customer I can get it out, but I got to bring my big excavator. It was something that my little excavator couldn't handle, so I told him I could bring a bigger machine, but it's not really worth it to bring here just for that. So we got his neighbor to pull it out with a big backhoe. So this is all ready for topsoil, but I'm not going to address that until I start doing this here. I'm going to do the topsoil last thing. So I'm going to get going on getting all these over to there. Most of those big stumps are already pulled out. I think I actually pulled them out, and then we set them back here because they're out of sight, out of mind at the time. But then there's also these ones that are not pulled out yet. That one, and maybe even that one. I don't know if I can get that one out. This one may not be able to come out, although it is pretty rotten, so we'll see. This is probably the one that he had to pull out with a backhoe. So that one's just as big though. But that's an oak and this is a pine. But these are already pulled out, so I should be able to push them over pretty easy. This is all looking really good. It's ready for topsoil and seed. So that area right there, I got to get all that scrap stuff there. That's stuff that I just scraped off the top. It's like roots and rocks and stuff. And we got to put it in here. There's a couple little trees there I got to just push down, and then I can put it all right here. I'll just clear that out, push those up here, and then bring those around and push those up here too. The stone wall is about 40 feet that way, and it goes up like that. So there's this big like 40-foot strip of woods. So if you wanted to get that stuff out of there, you'd want to bring in a big excavator to do it. This stump right here is taller than I am right now. This one's about the same height as me. I'd say it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna put some seed on here in the topsoil, because this stuff is mostly topsoil anyways. And actually there's not a lot of rocks in it. In the last few weeks, I got a bunch of different kinds of topsoil, and all of them were very different from each other. This actually is some of the more expensive stuff, but it's also screened the best and it has the most sand in it, which around here is not a bad thing because we have a lot of clay. The customer's going to put straw on here, and then he should be able to mow this in 2 weeks as long as he waters it when it needs to be. It won't be like a full lawn in 2 weeks, but it'll be long enough to mow in 2 weeks anyways. I think I was able to demonstrate this attachment pretty good, and then the rock bucket too. But this actually had a lot more use. This wasn't even the job that I got this for. That job is still coming up. I'm not really taking on many jobs, but for customers that I've known a long time, I might do like a day here and there or something, because my main focus is getting my house built. So I'm gonna get packed up and get out of here, and I'm working on my house. So I'll see you guys on those videos.